Hey, yo, 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 yo. What the hell, goddamn, is up, culture world, culture universe, culture community, culture spectrum? What else can we?
Culture Sundays.
Culture
You
Sundays!
feel me?
God damn, if you don't recognize the voice you just heard on the mic, that's because I got a guest. And he's going to introduce himself. You know, we got a thing that we do here. You say you listen to the Culture Podcast, but I don't think you've picked up the thing that we do. We don't like to introduce people. You know what I'm saying? We want you to introduce yourself.
That's easy.
This is your chance to tell the world exactly who you want them to know you as. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, I am Somandla Nigel. I am a musician at heart. Rapper, singer, songwriter, producer, engineer, instrumentalist. I play the keys.
Okay.
Picking up the guitar. I'm just in love with music as an entirety. I lean a lot into alternative. So yeah, that's who I am. I'm a musician.
Okay. All right. So before we get too far, we have an icebreaker. I have an icebreaker that I prepared for you.
Yeah.
You're on the Culture Podcast today, right?
Yeah.
The question I want to pose to you is, if you had a podcast and you could have any guest that you wanted to have,
Yeah.
who would it be and why?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive? Dead or alive?
I'll bring Mandela so he answers for his crimes.
Wow.
Well, let me not get too much of a conspiracy. If I had a podcast, it would be conspiracy
Of all people, to not even Jesus, you're not gonna bring back. You're gonna bring back my diva so you can question him.
That's like a short-term problem, bro. We suffering that from now. I love Jesus.
But
we'll see
Jesus is
Jesus.
the nigga that turned water to wine. Dog.
Yeah. But like
Come on, dog.
Mandela's supposedly freed us.
Oh, so you want to know why?
I want to know what were those so-called talks? And did you actually like stay in jail that long?
And did he talk even though they
And
told
did
him
he
what to
talk? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm looking at our the
do?
current state.
And it's a long walk to freedom, but did he get there?
But did he get there? Or did he take us with him? You know what I mean? With him. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's a podcast on its own. Okay.
You feel me?
Okay, and I see why you want to talk to my diva.
Yeah, bro. He has a lot to answer for.
I see. Plus, he was an old. He died old,
Yeah.
So he probably got a lot to talk about. Nigel, some G. I
AKA.
realized something that your artist name is Somandla. Somandla Nigel.
Yeah. Essentially, those are my government names.
But I mean on YouTube. I mean on DSPs.
Yeah, and all DSPs. Yeah,
Somandla
everywhere.
Nigel.
Essentially,
And
yeah.
those are both your first names.
Yeah.
Or your first and second name.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Damn. All right. So let's start at the beginning. At the
Alright.
beginning. I
That's-
mean, do you want to tell us how old you are? Because I don't think I know how old you are.
I am 23 years old.
23
I
years
turned
old.
23.
Recently.
No, 23, so I'm 22. Sorry.
Damn.
My bad.
That's worse.
When I turned 20, things started getting weird. So I was already feeling like an adult.
It
But
became
no,
a
I was
blur.
born in 2001. I'm 22.
Shit, homie. 2001. Damn, nigga. 2001. I think I was in grade 7.
Yeah. And I had a lot of older siblings who were in grade 7 and
that's,
shit.
That's great. That just means that. Oh, you've got siblings. And
A lot, yeah.
really?
A lot.
How many are you?
Okay, essentially I have 3 siblings, biologically, half biologically. And the rest are just my cousins who are just, we grew together, so those are my siblings.
In your immediate family, you're like the last born.
I was for a while, but I have 2 younger sisters following. I love them to death.
How old are they?
One is 17 and one is like 8.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I was
Alright.
teaching them the piano. It's like I love them.
So, how long you been playing piano, actually?
I used to have lessons actually when I was like 7, but I never took them seriously. You know those preschool lessons? I hated them.
Why did you start? Was it something that your family made you do? Did you
Yeah.
come from one of those families that? Yeah, because
Okay. Yeah. We're big on jazz. That's number one.
in your family.
Yeah.
Is as artists or as consumers?
Both.
Okay.
Or
so,
just general appreciators of jazz.
so there are other artists musicians in your family.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got a
that's
cousin in the States who plays keys too. Another who plays sax. So yeah,
but
I can
neither of
safely
your
say my little sister's coming along too. You know what I mean?
neither of your parents is a artist
My
musician.
dad used to play the
Okay,
piano.
cool. I'm asking because it's not every parent that understands that their child is or
Yeah.
has artistic ambitions.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to.
See where it came
Yeah,
from.
because those piano lessons aren't free, especially at
Yeah.
a young age. It would have to come from someone who understands like arts and culture type of thing.
Yeah. But I think they were giving me lessons mainly because they just wanted me to do something. They gave me sports as well and shit like that. And I just started at some point you started choosing for yourself what you want to do for yourself. So then I was leaning towards music. My siblings were more sporty. So I was really the only one at some point just doing music.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
they were like, they were happy about it. And then at some point they were like, oh, you're taking it seriously. You know what I mean?
So you've been doing music since you were in primary school.
Yeah,
Okay. So that's where you picked up the piano.
essentially, and at home.
Okay. 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 And then what about rap?
My cousins, full credits.
Is it?
Yeah, I heard my first mixtape. I was Section 80
whose
by
tape?
Kendrick Lamar
Really?
in grade
That
7.
was your first.
That was my first.
Shit.
But then it threw me into the rabbit hole of good hip hop, so thank God for that.
You came in strong, though.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And for some reason, it's like when I heard what he was doing, I felt like I could do that. If it was me, I could do it differently.
Yeah.
So, and I'd add a melody on top of it. Yeah, and so then I started writing, essentially. And then incorporating
This is how
music
old
to
now?
it. I was 11, 12, grade
Okay.
7.
So you've been writing rap since you were in grade 7.
Yeah, since I was in grade 7.
That's crazy, dog. Shit. Okay.
But the keys was like, yeah, earlier, grade 4.
Oh, so
Yeah.
damn. So you had like the musical theory and like technical know-how before you had even picked the lane of what to do with
Yeah.
the music.
I never
That's-
seen it that way, actually.
No, that's cool, man. Like I feel like I don't know if people know, but like a lot of artists that we love in the US and all of that, those guys, like Tupac, for example, he was studying in an art school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He came from an artistic background. Questlove of the Roots,
Yeah.
his pops,
Best drummer, my favorite drummer.
he's the best drummer in the world. He's been drumming since he was 6.
Mm.
You understand? So it's like that's
It goes way back.
and then it only comes really full circle in the later years of your life that, oh shit, man, my parents
Word.
investing in me doing
In this
music
avenue.
is actually now helping me buy them houses.
You know what I mean?
Because that's probably the goal, right?
Yeah, of course. You pick your passion and you
Yeah.
pursue it.
Yeah,
without fail.
for the purpose of giving back to those who invested in you. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah. So, right, you've discovered Kendrick Lamar now. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, shit, man, I think I could do this. Who else would you say was like played a major role in shaping your
My musical sonics.
identity?
My musical identity.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to phrase it. Definitely James Fauntleroy. Before rap, I was into R&B because of my cousins, my siblings, my older sisters.
Really?
They were putting me onto
So before
R&B.
Kendrick, you were listening to R&B.
Yeah, because grade 7 was the time I was actually picking my own music
What?
for the first time.
That's
Otherwise, I was
crazy.
listening to what they were listening to.
So what artist do you remember from that you really enjoyed in the R&B
Back in the day,
phase?
there was Aaliyah, bro. There's Beyonce. Oh, Beyonce had a great era. I love Beyonce. Shout out my older sister for
Yeah,
putting
hey,
me
I
on.
love Beyonce too.
Rihanna had a great era. There was the Jill Scott era too.
But who would you say influenced you R&B
From
wise?
R&B.
Because like we're gonna
I
get
think
your
sonically,
projects.
it definitely has to be Badu. When I
Badu.
pick my melodies and
Yeah,
whatnot,
that-
it has
that-
to feel.
that
It has to feel
that
that
doesn't
way.
surprise me if I think about it.
Yeah.
You've got that soulful shit.
Yeah,
about you.
there's always a soul. within the
Neo
song.
soul.
Yeah, neo soul.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
progress that.
Okay. I see you. Yo, man, that's actually, you just added a piece to my puzzle that I'm putting together of like the artist who is Somandla Nigel. I'm like, okay, shit, okay.
Word. This is actually the first time you and I have actually sat and talked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Getting to know each other.
and yeah, yeah, and I love it, man. I was looking forward to this conversation for real.
Universal alignment.
And we're only just on the tip of the iceberg. So like grade 7, you're navigating your way. You find Kendrick. You had Badu on your back. Who else would you say? Like, okay, let's talk local. You know, because you're grade 7. Obviously, you're growing up
Yeah.
where in Centurion.
Levels by AKA.
Where are you growing up at this time?
Oh, wait, I was in Swaziland.
Oh, really? Is that
Yeah.
where you hail from?
Yeah, I was from Swaziland.
Yeah, that's probably why we get along on this level, because I get along with a lot of people from Swaziland, dog.
I get why you have the energy.
I even get confused for being from Swaziland a lot. Like one of my best friends is from Swaziland. My roommate in high school was from Swaziland. You know, I love
Whoa.
Swaziland. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Word,
for
we good
real.
people.
Eswatini, actually. Let me correct myself. Okay, shit. So you're listening to Kendrick, Badu, Levels
Yeah.
in Swaziland.
Yeah, this is in
And
Swaziland.
it's really shaping your identity as an artist.
Yeah, like on what I want to touch sonically.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But when did you decide that, okay, I want to, this might be something that I can do?
Everything in this nature.
Yeah. Like,
I think that was in grade 8. Yeah, when I entered high school. I think that's when I really knew. I always knew since grade 4 I want to do something in music for sure. I don't know any jobs in music. I'm in grade 4. Getting to grade 8, I'm starting to understand. Okay, you can be an artist, you can be a producer. This was not the knowledge I have now. Of course, I know you can be an exec. You know, but basically, I only had that limited knowledge, knowing that I can be this artist or the producer. And I started to make beats sometimes with keys and whatnot. I didn't like it. I like going over it because I felt like I had something to say. This is in grade 8.
Okay.
This is when I was like recording now.
Okay.
Grade 7, we freestyling.
You had been experimenting with
now I'm really
software,
experimenting.
your voice,
Yeah.
creativity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's when I'm figuring out.
But
I
is
think
your
I want to be a recording artist.
Okay. In grade 8.
Yeah, grade 8.
Okay.
I knew it from there.
That's-
Without fail, I always knew it.
That's crazy, dog. That's
Word.
crazy. How do you feel like sitting here today, a few days after your project came out?
Right?
And, you know, we're having this conversation and you're thinking back to when you were in grade 7 and you're actually that. Like, how does your inner child feel?
Honestly, I do think about that shit sometimes. I think the younger me's would think I'm cool. And that makes me like cool.
But
You know, it makes me happy inside.
Did you always know you were gonna follow through? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
because okay, I'm proud of you for that. Well done, man. Because I feel like, you know, not to make it about me, but if I think about myself as an artist, you know, part of my art is doubt, because I never really thought I could even make it as far as I am now as an artist, because, you know, the circumstances around me were not permissive of that. You know, I went and I spent a career, 10 years, working in construction, man.
Word?
Yeah, dog, and still somehow came out a producer and still a rapper today. So much so that, you know, we can give platform to people, but that's like that.
That's beautiful.
If I tell you, that's like sheer determination on my side, right?
Definitely.
And I feel like
Actually, respect to that. You know.
thank you, man. Thank you. And I feel like, you know, I like people like you as well who you can afford to make that decision young and follow it through with little friction. You know, and I'm saying that so you can, if you didn't count it as a blessing, you should, you know, because imagine if the odds were against you to pursue what you've always known you wanted to do from grade 8.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm saying. So you finish your high school
Yeah.
and you go and study sound, I assume?
Yeah, next year I'm actually studying.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that your
I actually
first?
took yes, my first year studying.
Okay.
I actually took the break from music. I wanted to solely focus on my artist brand and my identity as a musician. I want to be to the world. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about that. What is your artist brand identity, message?
Essentially, I want to redefine.
What is the process of you refining that artistic identity? Because I've actually never really heard anyone like mention it like that. That I want to work on my brand.
Word.
I mean, we all say it. People do say it, but you took time off from music to focus on that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So tell me a bit about that time and about that process.
I was locked in, number one. I actually
locked
left
in
home.
or locked down?
No, locked in. There was lockdown, guarantee, yeah, because I graduated. Yeah, I graduated, I think, same year lockdown started. But I was
Shit.
gone. I wasn't really with lockdown rules, bro. I was with my boy Carol, recording.
Okay.
Like for, I think, 4 months, solid just recording every day, every night.
Yeah.
And just figuring out, well, we knew what we wanted to do. The thing is, it's all about how the execution goes.
For sure.
Everybody has the idea. It's just about the execution. So we were really training those fundamentals, knowing our strong points, bettering our weak points, and just overall being the artist we want to be. So that era happened.
You were in
and
the
then
time
I started
chamber.
slowly. I was in the hyperbolic for real. And I called it boot camp.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I actually want to put a few of my niggas on with that.
Sure.
We all need that, I think, genuinely.
Yeah.
So that happened, and wouldn't say I figured it out, but I'm on that path, bro, and I'm willing to make the mistakes. Going back to what you were saying about passion and how it takes determination. You are a construction worker, and you somehow made this community. It all goes back to like how you pursue it.
Yeah.
Whether you're limping or you're running, you're pursuing that bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the end, it will pay off.
For sure. That's it, dog. That's like
That's the guideline. That's the
the
blueprint.
only way to live.
Straight up, that's the
there's-
only way to
There's
live.
no other way to live. Otherwise, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, you're a zombie.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's hard following your passion, truth be told. But it's satisfying knowing you're being true to yourself.
But that's actually a good point that you raised there, because for me, if I think about what I've identified to have been my challenge in pursuing my artistic goals, it's just basically, firstly, like religion.
Oh, definitely.
Secondly,
We didn't touch that yet. Yeah.
oh, we go. Come on, man. It's the culture, dog. Don't get there. We're talking about everything. And then secondly, I would say family, And
Word.
then if I contrast that, my experience with yours, you'd say your family, you came from what they call a enabling environment, right?
Yeah.
For that artistic goal. So we didn't necessarily have the same challenge in that regard. What challenges are you facing, have you faced in the context of making your art real as a product, and two, just being an artist?
I think that came out first with knowing what you want to be. I asked myself a question: am I an entertainer or am I a creative? And I think the rest follows. Defining that path is easy, whether you choose an entertainer or a creative. If you're a creative, you're supposed to take control of your content. So that took effort, and eventually it paid off to convincing like my whole family that, okay, this dude is serious.
Yeah.
Because they thought when I was doing music, they were like, oh, you're going to play it like bars, because they know I can sing, play piano. So when I told them, no, I want to rap, be a musician, I want to be the star. I told them that, and they were like, I was the youngest for a while, so they're just like, you island kid, but I guess
Why am I acting like we ain't faced the same opposition? That's the same opposition. I'm like, I want to rap. Like, nigga, we taught you piano. Nigga,
Like,
we know
bro,
you
you
can
can do
sing.
so much.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, and I'm like, but that's what my heart wants. I truly feel it. I'm sorry. Like, I can do that show for money, but I'm not there in it for the heart. You know what I mean?
Yo, can you imagine how disappointed your folks must have been?
Bro, for a
Yo,
bit,
this
bro.
nigga
But my
wants
mom was
to-
actually always on my side. That one, she always had my back.
This nigga wants to rap. We gave him everything.
You gave him everything. Like, look how skilled you are. And I get that.
Wow. But
But
They
that's not, what I want to do for myself.
and they eventually proved to be on your side ultimately.
Yeah, because I had to force the matter.
I mean,
You have to be determined.
at 23,
My mom
that's-
was always on my side, at least. Like I said, at some
yeah,
point.
yeah.
My mom was on. My dad was usually the, you know. But
Yeah,
so my
yeah.
mom was always on my side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she usually helped out.
Do you think
with
maybe
reasoning with me?
your dad was projecting
Oh, definitely,
his-
bro. My
his-
dad
his-
is.
his
I love my
past?
father.
Yeah.
He came out from the hard times.
Yeah.
We all know our parents came from apartheid.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like they came through some difficult times,
He
and
just doesn't want you to live a tough life.
definitely.
That's
And I love
actually
him for
where
it.
the
Despite our disagreements, I love him and he loves me.
yeah, that's where the friction usually comes from
Mm.
our parents. It's like, oh, you want to take that risky path?
Word.
It actually doesn't matter what it is. It's like, nigga, that's risky.
Yeah, right? And it's hard for a parent to let go sometimes because
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to fail. So
Yeah.
I was willing to limp. You know what I mean?
The thing is also, this is something that through conversations with my mom, I've also come to realize. I don't know if it's true,
Wow.
right? But it's a perspective to consider. Is that to an extent, you're an investment of theirs.
Oh, definitely. Every child is an investment to their parent.
So if they're seeing the stocks going down, they're gonna try.
They're gonna trip.
They're gonna try and see what can we
Yeah.
do to influence the markets. We need our shit to go up, not down.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's I think they panic because they're thinking also about their
They have their own views on what I'm supposed to be. And that's
Yeah.
granted true. They've known me my little whole
and
life.
they also don't want to suffer when they're old.
Definitely.
You get what I'm
and that
saying?
is what I definitely do not want to fail at.
Yeah.
They do need me for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is
Yeah.
like you said. I'm owed to it as a child to
Yeah.
do that for them.
Yeah. So you did face parental friction in terms of
Definitely.
what else?
Typically,
You,
but
you know why I'm asking. Okay, go. Answer
Nah,
then I'll tell you why
actually
I'm
you-
asking. No.
oh yeah, I think
Go. I insist.
every kid. Okay, actually most kids, not every kid. Most kids have a problem with convincing their parents they're serious with music because music is a tough market.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it's sus. It's quite frankly the devil's industry. But I think
Don't crack me up.
once
dog.
you've proved what you can bring to that industry, to yourself,
Can-
and then
can-
to the world,
can
your
we-
parents can't,
Can we park the bus there? I didn't hear anything you said after devil's industry. Music is the devil's industry. If this podcast had a title, it
While
would-
the music industry is the devil's industry.
why? Why?
Because
did you
it's so
say that?
snaky, bro. The real music is so undersold. While the commercialized thing, it's the simplicity in it that makes it sell. And the simplicity of things can be sex.
You know what I realized? I watched a YouTube video the other day,
Yeah.
right?
Not to actually involve religion, it's just a metaphor.
No, but we said we're going there, right?
Oh, we touching it now. Okay.
Yeah. I was watching this. I hope I didn't lose that thought. But what were we just talking about?
We were talking about the music industry, how I said
Being
it's the devil's
the
industry.
devil's industry,
Yeah.
right? And then what?
You had a counterpoint.
Yes. First of all, it's the music industry and it's the music business, right? If you Google the word industry, right, it says anything that you put in effort to achieve. That's industry as a verb. You know what I'm saying?
To industrialize.
Yes, it's like to put in effort.
I didn't know.
Right. So then you think about music business, right? Business, by definition, is to pursue an endeavor with the intention of
Money,
profit.
profit,
Right.
essentially, yeah.
Now you think of recording, record industry, record company.
Mm-hmm.
Within the music business, there are two sides, right? Which some overlap very easily, and people don't see. This is something I discovered, right?
Yeah.
While also watching that video, is that the record business is the business of making records. The records, not the music, but the records is in the charts. You understand? Like
Yeah,
Drake.
you lied.
I'm lying.
No, I'm saying you lied.
Oh, okay.
New
I thought you
perspective.
said you lie.
Nah, definitely. You're giving like key right now.
You get what I'm saying? That's something I discovered, and like the business side of it is like, nigga, let's make some money. So there are people who are in the music business to break records and
Make
make
money.
right? And you can't blame them, you know, and you need to understand where in all of that you fit as an artist, you know, because we can't be having artist bias comparing ourselves to an artist that we know is following every trend to stay relevant. That's a pop artist, right?
That's an industry plan.
That's not you. Right, but you can't be mad at that because you're not in the record business. You're in the music business. You just want to make money from making music, not make records or break records.
I get that.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So we need to be careful about that. But we could also say that business is the concept of business. Capitalism, the C word, that's evidence and proof of the devil. So I think we must really let go of this stigma. Oh, from a religious perspective, of course, you know, they say the devil was the founder of music or some shit like that. He fell out of heaven, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
But I think that's such a terrible thing to think about music, dog. I feel like I'm sad for anybody who believes that because music is such a beautiful thing, dog.
It is.
You know, like, I'll tell you something, right?
So it's a powerful thing.
Powerful and beautiful, right? I was listening to your project, Introspect, right? I won't lie, I haven't given it 10 plays yet, but I've listened to a few tracks. I even know which ones I like and why. You know?
But I definitely know you have to go back to like really soak it in.
Yeah. The title says Introspect, nigga. Listen to this shit alone.
You know what I mean?
You know?
Ask yourself.
And I'm like, you know, Nigel shouldn't be sitting where he's sitting thinking that, well, because I'm not hitting the playlists on Spotify or Apple Music that I'm not effective. Like, for me, dog, I was listening to your shit. It's just that, like, you know, this is nothing against you, right? It's just how I understand your music is like, man, this young man is really capturing his experience of being a young man. You get what I'm saying? Like, you really communicated your inner life, especially more so on the challenges of your inner life, right?
Yeah.
And when I listen to that, dog, it takes me back to when I was about your age. You know, like that's I hate to sound like I'm old, but for real, that's like 10 years ago for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, damn, you know, the same things I hear you trying to figure out about yourself, the aggressions, the sensitivities. I'm like, damn, you know, I really wish this nigga had dropped this album when I was younger. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like it would have played a role. You know, it would have played a real role, like especially like knowing you. Like it
helped you give up an introspection of me.
I feel like I want to hear more of your music as you grow because you're very good at capturing the fact that you're growing. That's what I picked up the most about that. But I want you to tell me about it for a little bit, you know, because those are just
specifically the introspect, the title track.
or even like just let's build up like from your other projects if you have. And
that was my very first.
Really in your life.
In my life.
So,
well, as far as the world will know.
It does. Okay, yeah. Okay, good point. It does sound well crafted though. Like that's what I have to say. Like it does sound well crafted, and
Thank you,
I
bro.
want you to tell me a bit about the process of crafting Introspect by Somandla Nigel.
Hey man, like I said, I was in that boot camp era. I made a lot of those songs then. In 2019, like I said, at my boy Kara's, and
Shout out to Cairo.
Shout out to Cairo, who's actually in the cut. um, yeah, and we were both in the same. He made Z in the same like moment I was making Introspect.
Okay.
And so the journey was really figuring out myself.
Z is his.
Yeah, Z is his project.
Equivalent to Introspect.
I would think so.
Okay, 1-for-1.
It's a 1-for-1 because that's his first project.
Okay,
and that's my first project.
Okay.
And
So it came out of that basement dungeon.
Yeah.
Hyperbolic.
Yeah,
experience.
away from everybody.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
only people who came to us would hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was really just me sitting, figuring out. I had a concept going on. I'm going on with myself. I want to figure out what it is I want to be. And so I just started with that, in a thought bubble. That was the center. And so then I started branching out in order to create cohesive concepts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would think that's how the journey started going. Because I put a lot of thought into like concept in my music. If I drop a body of work, the consistency is the message at most.
The writing is like really, really good, I have to say. Like
thank you, bro.
You sound like a 23-year-old who's aware.
Yeah, self-awareness. That's the introspection in it.
Yeah, but also of the world around you. Like
Word.
I have to say, 2 standout songs for me, and they go back to back. I just don't remember the order now. Is it Feel Pain, Pain Then Feel?
Thank you. Everybody else likes all the other songs, but you like my favorite songs.
Yeah, Feel. It's Feel.
Feel.
It's Feel. And I like Pain. I feel like...
produced by Klesman, a.k.a. like
shout out to Klesman in the
who's
cut.
also in the cut. So thank you for actually mentioning those 2 songs, because I really held those songs deeply.
Yeah, that's some good writing there.
Word. But Pain was like a play on perspective, essentially. It was 3 different stories. And just to give an insight into I wanted to test myself on if I could get into the mind of someone else and see what the core of their bad decisions come from.
Yeah.
And so that's where really Pain came from. So yeah. Our feel was kind of a poem first, because I didn't write it with the beat.
It sounds like a poem.
Yeah.
It sounds like a poem. But I want to say something to you, and I want to say it to your face. I don't know how you're going to take it.
What?
But it's not intended to be a negative comment.
I can take it constructively.
It's actually just the definition, not, I found Introspect to be sad boy music.
Sad emo music.
Sad boy music.
It is sad boy music.
But it's not like local sad boy music. It's international sad boy music.
What? So is that a good thing?
I feel like, bro, that shit is really good, bro. It's like, remember I was asking you about Phora, however you pronounce him. It's Phora.
Yeah.
He's got a huge fan base here in South Africa, actually.
Okay.
But he's an American
I'll check him
out. And he also was like, on that same tip of, getting my feelings off in my music. That's the most important thing. And I feel like, yo, bro, like, it's neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was to make a playlist with his song, then your song, his song, then your song, his song.
Now I definitely gotta hear this nigga shit.
Then it would be like, I'm listening to something of the same standard. So that's why I'm saying, like, I actually just said it because I know you're probably aware that this is like some really emotional, because they're your emotions.
Word. And so also I'm a man, bro, and like men have little conduits to expressing their emotion.
Yeah.
I can yell at a song and it's justified.
So men have little?
We have little conduits to expressing emotion.
Okay, that's true. Okay, yeah.
So yeah.
That's
essentially where it can spore from. It's a therapy of sorts.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can scream at the mic and it's justified.
So now, is that your brand though?
No, that was just a part of my journey.
Is it?
I wouldn't definitely not say I'm working on something already, but I'm not going to say too much. But sonically...
That sounds different.
Sonically and conceptually too.
Okay.
It's just a phase in my artistry, essentially. That's what Introspect is. So it definitely wouldn't come out the same sad boy emo shit.
Do you have fans
Yeah.
at this point?
I'd like to say I have fans.
How many would you say you have?
What I could count them, I could say I have 20 loyal fans.
Is it?
Yeah.
What age range would you say they're in?
What?
What age range?
My age and a bit younger generation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
Actually, I got some old heads too. Actually,
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
I'm one of them for sure. I'm definitely like
Shout out, bro.
persuaded to support you even more. In fact, like, let me put it out here on the podcast. What I'm doing right now is like, so far, I think you're my fourth guest.
Mm.
So every artist who has been,
I'm
has,
honored.
yeah, no, it's also a pleasure. You know, every artist who's been here over the past 4 weeks, you know, I listened to their project and I'm in the process of curating a playlist because I realized that sometimes, you know, when you just ask people to add their music, it's hard to actually really have a connection to that music because it's other people just uploading. And I feel like one thing that's important about a playlist, especially like what we're trying to do as the culture, is that, you know, I have to have touched you, held you, you know, like, okay, I've
Pause.
spoken to Nigel.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah,
That would like
come
touch
on.
blood. I know what you mean.
Like I'm speaking to Nigel. He just dropped Introspect. He's explained to me where it comes from. I resonate with these tracks, and that's why I'm curating them, as opposed to just let me just everybody just put your music on. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's gonna play a big role in building our community, and that's what I mean about supporting you and, you know, other artists. Is like,
yeah, everyone
you know,
in the community.
that playlist is gonna be pushed everywhere. Like, yo, man, listen to artists who are in our community, support them. You know, so yeah,
They're
dog.
dope. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Don't just support them because they're in our community. Like,
Word.
it's international sad boy music, not local.
This is international. It's premium sad boy music.
Yeah, premium sad boy music. Yeah, word. I want to ask you maybe like 2 more questions before we bounce. Let me ask you this question first.
Yeah.
What does success look like for Somandla Nigel, the artist? Let's say you've been in the game 10 years now. What's it looking like? What have you achieved? Have you trying to achieve anything? You just want to do it like?
Honestly, the end game, which wouldn't be 10 years, it'd be like 20 years. I'm trying to open a school for music and just the know-hows of being an artist. Like, I want to handle things with all music, you know, from learning an instrument to promoting your song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to do
business.
that. Yeah, the business with don't forget the musicality
and
of
the
things.
industry.
So. Yeah, because I feel a lot of artists get anxiety because they feel they need to comply with what the, let's say, regulations are of the industry of what makes a song pop. Well, you know, what gets you on the charts, that energy. So I gave myself, I'd like to think, the tools to say I can get to the charts while honing my craft with the integrity that I want to be.
So you want to be in the record business?
Oh, I think so, if that's the case. I want to make money. And not only that, but redefine what hip-hop can come out from South Africa to the world.
Yeah.
That is a goal.
Okay. I think you're well on that path, bro, I have to say. You know,
I appreciate that.
premium sad boy music. That's a brand. You must take ownership of that. You must,
I'm gonna actually change my IG. Look at the bio. Premium sad boy music. Stream now, bro.
Courtesy of the culture, boy. Yeah, I'm saying. Last question as we wrap it up on this fine Sunday with my home boy Somandla Nigel. Favorite album to drop this year in the South African hip hop sphere?
Favorite album that dropped this year in South Africa?
Yeah, we saw Mesh Beats just won with This Is Religion.
I feel like you're putting me on the spot. I'm not too impressed.
Or should I give you
I feel like last year was a better year for hip hop in South Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is is you don't rate Reese, you don't rate Mass Country, you don't rate Akira, you don't rate. Did
Reese
Maglera
is
drop?
doing his thing, no lie, but he's not.
Did Maglera drop this year?
Did he drop?
I think he did. Yeah. He
Bruh,
put out
I
an
don't. I
album.
love Maglera. His push is amazing. Like the way he's like uncling us. You know what I mean? I love it, bro. Genuinely, I love him as a Mogu or whatever he's up to right now. But I've never heard a project of his.
Yeah.
But I respect his push.
Yeah. No, I mean that's respectable. Like I mean, there's a lot of music. That's.
I think in the underground favorite that would have dropped. Let me see if I can think
Yeah,
of.
maybe like two or three.
Definitely we'll
projects
figure it out by Dole the Maverick. Shout out Dole the Maverick. But that was last year, Wabona. That's why I said last year was a better year for hip hop. Soil also came out, and I think what the Big Hearted Bad Guy, it's not the same as when did Bona, what's that project?
Today's Tragedy.
Yeah, Today's Tragedy. When did that one come out?
I don't know.
I feel like that one's a timeless project. I feel like he did not do that one.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
So, plus I was also focused on myself and my own music and my own releases. If you caught my ear, it's because I saw you live.
You can also say that, you know what? I think I put out the best project this year.
Mo Lucy's also came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's a contender. I guess the two horse
And that's
race.
how it's signing off. You know what I mean? Mo Lucy's out now. Go stream it.
Yeah, man. Yo, Somandla Nigel. Anything you want to say? I feel like I've been, maybe just steering this conversation a certain way. It's also a platform for you to say something, that maybe was burning on your heart.
That's it. Go and feel it out, and next year might be perspective.
Okay. Introspect and perspective.
Yeah.
It's a good thing next year is not too far away.
Hey man, but it'll be the same time as this year.
Okay, because it's good.
You feel me?
We know you like to spend some time in the chamber.
Yeah. Also, shout out Jay the Hipster. Tales of the Hipster's gonna come out. He's part of the LC, Lotus Clan.
Okay.
We're a network.
That's your gang. Tell us a bit more about that real quick.
Yeah, before we sign off. That's the brethren, bro.
That little gang of yours.
We're a clan. You feel me? I think we're just a collective of musicians. You know what I mean? Because we got...
How many are you?
We 4 officially.
Okay.
So we got a lot of bros that we work with.
Producers and rappers.
Yeah. We got... Wow, I don't like to put myself as a producer, though I can make a beat. But we have one producer, Clay.
Okay.
And then there's just 3 rappers.
I like that. You playing,
and I guess
playing to your
a singer
strengths.
too, because I could sing.
Okay. I also really like the singing on your project thing.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Like, I really like your project, dog.
I know, but I appreciate it because like I said, I'm big on concept.
Yeah.
Like you said, if I started listening to music with Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
that's where I'm trying to
you're bound to come
take the
in
bar higher
blazing.
from. You feel me? Thank you, bro. Like I said, redefine.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, and I got a collective of brethren who are on the same level as me.
Yeah.
So
That's
definitely.
true. Those are some of the guys who pop up. I heard Bowman.
Yeah,
on
Bo
there.
too. He dropped Focus. I'm on the hook.
Okay.
So yeah, we a collective
No, you
trying
guys
to
are
redefine.
you guys are moving heavy. I like
appreciate
it, and
that.
and I'm proud of you. I'm glad
I
our
love that you say that,
community
bro.
is in your community, and that
And we are the community.
and our communities are getting along. Yeah,
You feel me?
And we're
We are
doing
the
the
culture.
for real. One last thing, can you tell the people how to get at you, how to support you?
I
know.
dropped Introspect on Bandcamp, so if you got $1, you could buy the project.
Okay, for sure.
And so far, I'm gonna start booking my performance fees. I think I'm gonna do that by December, and then it'll be done all on my social media, nigel.lc, so you can get updates on my movements from there.
Okay.
And expect a lot on my SoundCloud, because my SoundCloud got a lot of the shit I fell in love with, but I didn't think everyone should really know.
Okay, so your
So keep an eye out for my
is-
SoundCloud. It's Somandla Nigel.
Okay, so Somandla Nigel.
Word.
Yo, it's been great chopping it up with you.
It's been great,
Kicking
bro.
with my homeboy. Listen
Yo,
to
Uno.
Yeah, for sure. Stream Introspect on all DSPs. Somandla Nigel, Lotus Clan on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate you and
I
the whole
appreciate
gang
you,
for real.
man.
You guys do a lot,
You
man.
put that on LC.
Yeah, put that on LC, boy. All right, thank you.